Welcome to part 2 of our 1996 F250 4x4 expedition build. In part uno, we showed you the beginning evolutions of our truck build. We had the original bed removed, ran down a wish list of sketches for an expedition flatbed tray, and watched the truck transform with some fresh new paint.
Look at this thing!
In this episode, we clean and paint the old chassis. Then we head north to Central California to pick up our new aluminum flatbed tray and canopy box. You will see the final installation and get a view of what is to come.
It's the old version of the truck. They had airbags on the bed that sat on these brackets. We're gonna try to get these off. I've been spraying them with PB Blaster. See if they want to free up. Well, that was harder than it looked. But we got the brackets off. The old airbag brackets. Both came off. That's nice. So we did an okay job on the chassis, cleaned it up, got most of the loose rust off, peeling paint from an old undercoat. It's not perfect, as you can see, there's still some rust. While we have access, we thought we'd just go ahead and clean it up as much as we can without spending too much time, too much money, just cheap and easy.
Morning.
A few rattle cans later, truck frame is done, painted, a little less rust than we had before. And off to Central Cal for our new bed. We made a weekend of it, staying in Morro Bay at the state campground. We squeezed it right in before the epic California December shutdown. We had a few unsuccessful fishing missions while we were there, which I won't bore you with, but the scenery was beautiful. While we are here in Morro Bay, I'll take a moment to talk about the new truck tray, which you'll see in a moment. We located it on Facebook from a guy named Tyler. Tyler runs his own fabrication setup called US Overland Canopies. He made the bed and canopy custom from scratch. He used it on his truck for a while and was ready to move on to make version 2 for his own rig. Version 1 was a perfect match for us and almost exactly what we had been searching for. All right, here we are. New Expedition flatbed tray. Check out Tyler on Instagram to see some of his amazing work. All of his work is custom and can encompass the full flatbed rig or customized modifications for an existing flatbed. He spent some time overlanding, so kind of knows what we wanted, what we needed. So the canopy box is huge. He put these grab rails on here for us. When these rails come down, you have something to grab onto and actually step up into the back of the tray. So this opens up. Lots of good framing inside. It's very sturdy, feels very secure and strong. Toolbox on both sides under the bed, and easily can fit some extra gear and storage in here. I like how these fold down with the chain, so it's almost like a little table. The passenger side, and see how much room is inside of here. Another toolbox for storage. So he put the subframe on there. It's really, not raised that much, so I'm pretty happy about that. Some really good heavy-duty hinges here. Okay, so there you go with the sides down. Pop out the pins and the hinges. And all of the sides, the rails can be removed. That's a cool feature. And what we'll probably do when we're out in the desert I'm gonna get some chain to go from here to here, some chain for the other side, and then we can prop this up, and this can be like a cooking table, which would be a nice addition. So that'll be something we modify. Tyler put some unistrut on the sides for us. 2 tie downs in the center. Unistrut right here. And what do you think? Got to fit 2 bikes. I'll show you, they fit. A little nerve-wracking getting them up there for the first time and making sure they fit, but believe it or not, 2 bikes fit. I think what I'm gonna have to do to transport my kayak around, I'm gonna build a support to the back hitch mount and support this back tailgate up a little bit just to give me some more length for the kayak, considering it's a 12.5-foot kayak. Brake lights, license plate, and all that is still exposed. The awesome thing about this bed is everything is so light. It's aluminum, so it is just incredibly light. We also need to get some running boards and steps. Get good access to the tent from the front, so that's next up. Get some running boards. We're gonna get some mud flaps for this puppy. Again, here's the subframe from the driver's side with our fuel fills propped up to the frame. We put back on our rock lights. Installed a backup camera. So you'll see here, Taddy Brothers. I'll put a link down below to the actual model that we got, but it is awesome. I don't really know how I drive this thing without it. And I've got it hooked up to our reverse lights. As soon as the reverse is activated, this camera pops on. You can also wire it so that it's just hot wired all the time. I had to buy an extra cable that was a little bit longer than the standard for a car. Very simple. They've got some great videos online of how to connect the system depending on what you want to use it for. So as I put the truck in reverse, there we go, it pops in. This camera does work well at night. It's very well lit and good to go. And back in park, camera goes off. And get it out in the dirt, see how it works. We'll do a quick walk around to show you where we're at so far.
Fun bit.
What's the fun bit? Oh, you're using our new water spout? New water tank? That's a 10-gallon water tank. Perfectly sized. It was like magic when we found that thing. We got it on Amazon. All I had to do was put on this reinforced clear tubing with a hose clamp. And then on this end, put a valve with another hose clamp. Works awesome. So we use this for our drinking water, dishwater, cleaning up. Then we've got the solar tube on top for showering, which also works on just gravity feed. Our friend made this, didn't need it anymore, so he gave it to us. Very nice of him. So we just cut off an old water hose that we had. Great for showering. Even in the winter, it got warm enough yesterday to be able to shower. Set up our kitchen on the driver's side. Over the next few months, we plan to build out the canopy box with shelving, work on an auxiliary lithium battery system, and fine-tune our rig. So stay tuned for part 3 in the upcoming months. Thanks for coming along.